Everybody, we're joined by Northwestern head coach Chris Collins. We'll start with an opening statement and then take questions. Coach?
Well, I always want to congratulate Ohio State, Coach Holtman, his players, staff on a great win tonight. I thought they played very well. I thought in the first half to start the game, their physicality really bothered us, on drives, in the paint, on the boards. I thought we were ready to play. It wasn't about that. It definitely wasn't about our effort. It was, I thought our offensive struggles really started to affect our defense, which is a human nature thing. I think at one point I saw we were like 4 for 28 or something from the floor late in the first half. And, it's just going to be impossible to win in the Big Ten if you shoot like that and can't, find the offense when you play against high-powered teams, because it is going to affect your defense if you're not scoring for those amount of times. Obviously, I got to look at the tape. I thought we did some good things on that end. I thought we executed some things. I thought we got a lot of open shots. I thought, we got stuff around the basket. Our 2 front court guys are 1 for 14 from the floor, and only 2 of those were threes. So that means that's 1 for 12 from 2. And then obviously we didn't make free throws. When we were bleeding there, we had a chance. I think Matt missed a couple, then Chase missed a couple. I know Boo missed, so it was just kind of an avalanche of poor shooting and scoring tonight. It happens. It's happened to us a few times. Fortunately, our defense has saved us in some of those games. And we got to stay at it. It's not about we got another big game in 2.5 days. So we got to go back to the drawing board. We got to, shore some things up. We got to be better in a lot of areas and get ourselves ready to play the next game.
Questions? From the middle?
The difference between the first half and the second half with scoring and shooting, is that something you just attribute to hitting shots, or is that something that's schematically changed?
I don't know. I mean, we were running a lot of the same things. I mean, if you look at the film, I thought we got a lot of open looks in the first half. I thought we did. And it's not anybody's fault. We got to make them. And especially around the basket. I mean, we had a ton of offensive rebounds. So even when we missed open jump shots and you get those old boards, we weren't able to, Matt got 8 offensive rebounds, which is incredibly impressive, and when you don't have a basket from that can really wear on you. But I didn't think anything changed schematically. I thought we continued to kind of run the stuff we run. We had, we didn't really change anything with our game plan. We just finally were able to see the ball go in a little bit. Unfortunately, we built a 26-point hole or whatever it was, which is going to be insurmountable, obviously, against a good team like Ohio State.
Talked a little bit about some of the front court's shooting struggles. What are some things that you plan to get Matt, Robbie, and Titus going in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I just think we got to continue to work with those guys. I mean, a number of their shots were around the basket, and there's going to be physicality. Obviously, we're playing now in the Big Ten. There's length, there's size, there's bodies down there. Those guys, when they get an angle to the basket, we just have to keep working on it in practice and hope that it will carry over and when we get to the game, because we need to be, those guys have to be opportunistic, to only be able to get 3 field goals, out of those 3 guys. We need more. And, part of that's on us. It's on it's not on them individually. We have to continue to get them the ball in the right spots. And when they get it, help them, be able to finish in the future.
Given any more thought to running more like small ball type lineups or like with more spacing types of things?
Our spacing was pretty good, man. I'd challenge you to look at the film. We get a lot of open shots. So, no, I mean, there'll be times for that. But when you're playing against Zed Key and Okpara and those guys, you need to have some size on the floor. So, I mean, we run a 4-around-1 offense with spacing, and we got 31 threes. I would venture to say probably at least 25 of them were wide open. And so that's not the issue. It's not the spacing. It's not that. It's putting the ball in the basket, which we're going to just stay confident. I want our guys to continue to do what they do, work on their games, and come into the game with confidence and have a fresh start, when we get going on Wednesday.
Are
You assess the level of play from the bench today heading into the Big Ten, and in particular Brooks' effort on both ends of the
Yeah, I thought his effort kind of gave us a little bit of a jolt. That's why we kind of rewarded him. We were down big. I thought his fight that last 5 minutes of the first half really helped us kind of get a little bit of momentum. So we rewarded him and started him in the second half because of that fight. And I believe in those guys. all three of those guys who played. Julian, Titus, and Brooks are all guys that are a big part of what we're doing. Kind of have the 8-man rotation right now, and all those guys are getting minutes. They're getting opportunities, and when they're playing well, they're going to stay on the floor. And we have high hopes for all of them as we continue to get into Big Ten play.
Any more questions, Coach?
Real quick, Coach. We actually saw two flopping calls
Yeah, right,
today.
right.
Could you go over what the refs told you on those?
Yeah, the first one was tough. Sewing's a big, strong guy, and I saw some contact there. They felt that Ty kind of took a dive on that one. The second one was away from the basket when he was shooting a three. I'm not sure if he fell or not. I was kind of, once he shot the ball, my eyes weren't on Ty, so I'm not sure if he took a dive and fell. But those are the rules now. So, we have to adjust to that, so for both of those with Ty, I thought the first one was tough because it was an out of bounds play, and I felt like suing, but you got to trust the officials because there's a reason why those guys have had high level games and get picked to play in Final Fours and all that. They do a great job. So you got to take it for what it's worth. I didn't get a chance to see either play on film yet. So, I'll reserve judgment on it, but it is the rule, and we have to be smarter about not doing it.
Any more questions? That'll wrap us up.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Coach.
And you're joined by Ty Berry and Chase Arbiz. We'll open up the questions.
Y'all got behind early. Was there anything that Ohio State was doing defensively to kind of frustrate you guys, or was it just Coach Collins talked about y'all got a lot of open looks and just kind of missed them?
Yeah, I think it was a mixture of a lot of things. We got a lot of open looks, like Coach said, and we missed them. Like, we had shots around the basket, we had open threes, and it wasn't falling. And I think they just came out and kind of hit us in the mouth a little bit, and we we responded later in the half, but we didn't do a good job. We didn't do a good job of responding right when it happened, and it kind of got them out to a lead. But it's definitely something to learn from. We're going to get better from.
How does your team plan? You guys have had some difficulty with starting slow. You've definitely hit your stride in some second halves. How are you planning to kind of flip that paradigm and get out to some hotter starts in the future?
I would just say, for us to just come out and be the most physical team from the jump. That's something that we got to work on, and not let them, try to bully us. Because then it is hard to play from behind. When you put yourself in a hole like that, it is hard to come back. And like Chase said, we were trying to, but at that point we were just too far behind. So, I think just one game at a time. And the next game we got to try to come out and just be the more physical, aggressive team and knock down shots early for sure.
And then the difference in the second half, did you guys think that was something that changed schematically, or is that just something where shots just started falling?
I think we just matched energy. I think Brooks Barnheiser in the first half gave us such a big push when he came in the game. He kind of changed the momentum and flow and just did a lot of good things. And I think we carried that into the second half. But I think we started hitting more shots, and I think we just started playing the way we know we need to play.
How do you kind of flip the script heading into obviously a rivalry game against Illinois and a team that kind of similarly profiles Ohio State?
I think we go into practice tomorrow and we watch our film and we go through our scout and we really lock in mentally on the stuff that they're trying to the stuff that they're really good at, and just come out and hit them in the mouth like they did tonight. So I think we just got to come out and do that.
Does it weigh on y'all ahead of that game at all about the recent results against the Illini? Does that impact preparation at all heading in?
What do you mean by that?
Just it's been a few years since Northwestern beat Illinois in a game.
No, we don't think about that at all. We got a new team. Half of these guys never even played against Illinois before, so we're coming in and attacking it the way we're supposed to, and we're going to do what we got to do.
Any more questions? I'll wrap us up. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.